Can you hear me? I haven't got the YouTube up yet, so wait, I can't see your messages. Can you see the screen? To be honest, I've never actually captured like a screen. It's always set up to capture just the games, you know. I never captured the screen. Like, you can literally look. I show you what you can do with it. I haven't played around with it because I don't really stream much. But look, I can make the window smaller and then put another window, for example, and like put my fucking ugly head there, you know, something like that. I'm guessing that's how people set up their stream, you know. Nevin, don't know how to do it though. I would need to do tutorials if I ever wanted to stream professionally, you know. Wait 2 seconds. I'll be able to see the chat in a minute. Yeah, the title. Okay, I can see you. Right, let me make it bigger. Hold on. Alright, let's see if we can. I'm pretty sure you can set up your own drills here. Let's have a look. Trainer. We want tournament 8 max. Where position are we gonna be? Do you wanna be early position raise or do you wanna be late position raise? And you want the villain to be the big blind, right? So he gonna defend early. 80 big blinds roughly. Let's do 100 big blinds. So it's the start of the tournament, right? So under the gun 1, bit more flexibility with the raising range. You want to raise first in. Now the board, flop filter, board type, monotone. Flop card rankings. Yeah, let's make it random. Make it random. The question is, can I not do that? I want you to receive 50%. No, you know what? I want you to receive 60%. So then we know what to do. You know what? You know what? You're going to receive 100%. Okay, let's start. Let's see how this generates it. So always under the gun. Jack 9 suit. So you'll see the flop. Let's see it. Let's play this one. Jack 9 suit, easy raise. Did the big blind not defend? What the hell? Wait. So we raise. Pocket 9s. Is he going to defend this time? Why is he not defending? Big blind, you got to defend, mate. Bro, why is he not defending nothing? Maybe I haven't set this up correctly. Wait, let's raise another hand. No, fold. I know that's a fold, but my disgusting self would raise 5-4 suit. Right. I must have set it up wrong. The first time I've tried to set it up, you know. Let's just see. Maybe the big blind just tight, you know, super tight. You can feel it. Jesus Christ, we're tight at the moment. We're folding everything. Ah, here we go. Ace Queen offsuit. Raise that bad boy. Defend. He's not defending. I think I've set it up wrong. Let's check another. Trainer. Board. Flop. I want to see a flop. My man. Full hand. I've set the full hand. Full hand. I'm clicking it. Under the gun 1. The big blind. 100B. Pre-flop action. Raise first in. Board. Monotone board. Hands. Is this how many hands I'm gonna have? Just fucking boom. You know? Oh. Monotone. Why won't it let me play this board? Monotone. Any. Connected, wet, unpaired. You know what? Get it all in there. Alright, it can't be paired if it's a flush board, can it? Why won't you let me start? Under the gun. Defend the big blind. Me trying to work this out. What's the fuck? Why does it not work? Oh, I can start it now without a specific board. So it really doesn't want me to do that. Maybe that's for advanced. You know what? Just high, mid, low. No. Tell you what. Let's from the low jack. 80 big blinds. Yeah. Randomizing on 200. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, maybe I didn't just let it. I should have let it load a bit. Like, I'm too impatient. Flop. Monotone. Now sit and wait. Be patient. Niggly. So, 80, alright, 80 big blinds. You know what? Fine. Monotone. There we go, it likes that. 286 flops. Wow, that's a lot of different flops. 100% range. Let's go. King 10. Oh, from the low jack. No, we want to try again. Whoops. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Under the gun 1 against big blind. Ah. Store blindy. Board. Monotone. Let's see if it generates. Niggly. Shedisard blindy. 60. We'll take 60. No problem. Yes. Start. Yeah. What's happening here, Cara? You got any ideas? Alright. Do you know what? Low jack. We're okay with low jack, right? Let's just let's play their game. Store handy. Flop. Monotone. Generate. You let us play it before. Oh, I should have just played the low jack before. What happened? What happened here? Okay, we'll go back to... Oh! Raise first in. I forgot to choose the pre-flop action. Ah, silly Billy. I'm a silly Billy. I bet you now. Monotone. 0 flops. Well, the thing is, you can't pay yet, I don't think. Nothing to pay. It's still in beta. This is free for now, but he said the person that does this, he said that it's just in beta, he's getting it ready, and then it will be a paid thing. Because obviously, once it's working perfectly, you have to charge for this kind of information, you know? You cannot let this be for free. That would be crazy. Please let me play your game. Okay. Start. King, queen off. Raise. Defend. Wow, he defended all right. Look at him. He's raising. Okay. There you go. Your first hand. What are you doing? King, queen offsuit. What are we doing? Defending? Re-raising? Folding? What would you do right now? Remember, it's not early position. We're low jack, so it's still kind of early mid, but our range is a little bit wider here. You would call. I would fold. Call is 30%. So the correct move, GTO, is fold there. But you can call 30% of the time. That's if you... I would only call if you think that that big blind player is a maniac. As in, he is re-raising 10-9 suited, King 4 suited. You know, like these kind of players, these mental players. So only defend against mental players. But if you know, like, just say for example, you raise on the big blind, I know that you have an ace king, ace queen suited, pocket queens, pocket kings, pocket aces, you know. 6-4 suited. I'm gonna fold this personally. Premium pocket jacks. Here we go. Defend. Don't raise for fuck's sake. Just defend so we can see a flop. Yes, cool. So here you go. Perfect. And we've got the jack of spades, so we do have one of the spades this time. I bet you this is going to be a 1.6. 47% of the time it wants a 1.6 bet, and then the other 50% pretty much is a check. So you see, even when we hold jacks with the jack of spade, it likes a check to defend the rest of your checking range. So it goes to show you what I was saying earlier. And then he raises to 5 big blinds. I think we've got a standard call. GTO loves a call there, 99%. But now it starts getting weird, you know? Like 11 big blinds into 16. Well, what are we doing? And the worst thing is, we block his bluffs with 2 jacks. So we can't have like jack queen or jack king for like straight draws with the king of spade or something like that. We heavily block his bluffs that he can have here. You know? So, I mean, to be honest, I feel like folding here. And now I'm starting to understand why I like check back on the flop, because it's hard to defend, right? Because when they raise, you call, okay, standard. But now when the flush miss, and also if the flush comes, what are we doing then? And he makes a big bet again with when the flush comes. We only have the third nuts, right? It's weird, super weird. But I'm going to fold this. I think fold is probably correct, but I wouldn't be surprised, because GTO does some weird shit sometimes. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's a call, and the reason is because 9 of spades hasn't changed much. So, to be honest, I think GTO will tell me it's a call, but in real life, I probably would give this up, to be honest. So I'm going to fold. Yeah, it hates a fold. 99% it wants to call there in that position. You see? So sometimes I'm playing incorrectly and I'm losing chips here on these boards as well. So I need to train this up as well, I think. Pocket fives, raise up. Now here's a good one. You have pocket pair, right? Big blind defends, and the board comes a flush flop. Come on, wing it round, just fold. Oh, see, here is a perfect example. Last time, it didn't mind a check back. We have pocket fives this time, middle set, right? Question is, does it want to bet this time, or does it want to check with our entire range? Let's check this time. This time it wanted a small bet. So you see, we want a small bet this time because we can defend it. The last time, pocket jacks, is a little bit weird to defend it, right? But now, when he bets small, to be honest, do we raise here? I'm going to raise here. Wow, it wants a bigger raise. It wants 8.9 raise. I think they will just call. Yeah. And now it's weird. It's like 4 to a straight. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, we don't really beat anything here. I would personally just nit check back. Yeah, 63% check back. And the worst thing is about this app, you never actually find out what the opponent has, because that's not how training is done, right? It doesn't matter what the opponent has. It matters what you're doing on each spot. Fold this bad boy. 10-9 off, fold. Ace-3 off, fold. Alright, you'll do the next one when I think it's a playable hand. You're in control of it. 10-9 suited. We're raising that, right? So you take over from here. Raise in the big blind to 10 big blinds. What are you doing, Cara? No, this is a call. This is a call. 10-9 suited. Because he has like ace queen, ace king there. But I will show you this hand after. We call 90%. Okay, 20% of the time you can fold. You can fold. No problem. But if you're folding 10-9 suited to a raise, then the only things you're calling with are premiums, right? Oh, and look at that, we flopped the flush. So he bets 5 into 22 big blinds. What do you plan here? What would you actually do right now? Well, I would have folded pre-flop, you know, so I wouldn't even be in the hand. You're going to re-raise right now? That's probably not a bad play, actually, but I bet you it's going to be cool. I'm guessing you want to raise to 17, 3x his bet, right? So I click it, but I'm pretty sure it's a call. Because what else are you re-raising here? We didn't even re-raise pocket fives there, you know? So you have to think about what other stuff are you re-raising now? You get it? And if you're just re-raising when you flop a flush, then he has a very easy fold, doesn't he? If he doesn't have the ace or the king of flush, for example. But you want to raise? Yeah, it wanted a call 100%. So it's like a blunder. And he calls. And now the board pairs. Oh, here we go. Right, so Cara, the board pairs, and now he's donk betting into you 14 big blinds into 57. So please tell me what you're gonna do now. You're getting yourself into some weird spots, right? Just call? Okay. Well, at least it likes that. 100% just call. Now he checks on the river. Are you going for it all? 85 big blinds in the pot. You see how it's bloated? The pot is so bloated here. And me personally, I don't know where I'm at in this pot. But would he check a full house on the river? I don't think he would check a full house on the river. If he traps a full house, then he's a very good player, right? Me personally, I think we've got to go for it all. It loves it. Stop percent. 100%, you see? Boom. Because most casual players, be honest, if you had a full house there on the river with him, 30 big blinds left, and there's 80 big blinds in the pot, are you checking? Are you checking? Be honest. You have a full house. You got there. You're not checking. You're shoving your last 30 big blinds in there. Your house and your kids are going on the table as well, you know? Wait, let me show you the thing. I saw this when I was watching the guy who made this website. I don't know if he personally made it. Probably not. He's probably got a team, right? And he funds it. But I saw that you can study it in the library and it shows you the exact spot. So it shows you that we raise here, and look, it shows you what range we should have. So 10-9 suited is there, obviously, we know that. Oh no, it raises here, then fold, 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 fold. Then the big blind re-raised, right? Then Here, 10-9 suited. This is the stuff that you can call with. And all the blue is what you fold when you get re-raised. So ace-6 suited, for example, get rid of it. Ace-7 suited, it's like 50% fold. Depending on your opponent, I would say that one. But like ace-9 suited upwards is just flat calls. So you can see we are only 4-betting with aces, not even kings mainly. We are 4-betting with aces, but in order to balance that, because if we just 4-bet with pocket aces, we'll be very easy to play against, right? So to balance this pocket aces, you have to bluff 4-bet with ace-3 suited, ace-7 suit, king-9 suited, pocket kings sometimes, king-9 suited, ace-8 suited, ace-queen off, ace-king off. You know, there's a couple of other hands that you have to mix in there with 4-bet bluffs sometimes. But overall, if you are too scared to 4-bet all of those hands, you are going to have to call with the pocket aces as well, because if pocket aces is the only hand you're 4-betting, then you know, the opponent will be like, oh, you have pocket aces this time because you 4-bet. You never 4-bet. So this is where the strategy comes into it. You have to be able to actually mix in. But yeah, see that. Let's do next one. Pocket deuces. 70. Wow, it sometimes likes a fold here. To be honest, sometimes I do. But 80 big blinds deep, you know. King 10 off. Foy. Oh, it likes a raise. Okay. I'm a bit too tight with that. Queen jack off. Raise 100%. Defend or raise? Don't raise again, mate. He just calls. So, this is similar to the hand we just played before, right? You flopped top pair. 3 years ago when you started teaching me poker, you already told me about balance. No, not really. I'm not good. But this time, look, you flopped top pair, but you actually have a spade this time. So, this is a bet 1.6. The reason is because if he raises, you can defend it. And look, 92% of the time, it wants you to bet 1.6 blinds here. So look, he raises, and he raises big, 9 big blinds. Now we can call, we can defend this. 99%, because we've got the spade, right? We can defend it. Then the king comes, and he checks. You slamming doors out there, you. Oops. So, what's your plan here? Check. 99% to check back, so it's the correct play. Good. River. Boom. Completes the queen. Wow, what a blocker bet. 2 big blinds into 24 big blinds. Wow. Wow. I love the play, actually. This is really nice play. Wow. We have to raise it. The question is, if we raise too big here, we only get called by small flushes, right? Obviously we block queen. I don't know, I would probably raise to 12.6. Yeah, oh, it just wants a call. Yeah. It just wanted a call. So the reason why it wants just a call in that spot mainly is because good players can do blocker bets with their small flushes, and the reason why they do it is because they want you to raise and do something mental. Like me, I just done something mental technically, and then they just call with their small flush. Thank you very much for giving me more. Because if they bet pot, we have a chance to hero fold a queen. you know? We have a chance. I'm not saying that many people would fold a queen. So they're looking at the best way to get the most money possible. And just say he has a king. Or, you know, because if he checks to us, we're going to assume that our queen is the best hand. So I would bet half pot. That's going to put his king in a serious situation where he might have to call with a king, you know? So he's putting that blocker bet out because he wants to make it cheaper for him to see showdown with his king, you know? Because sometimes his king's going to be good there, but he doesn't want to pay half pot to play his king. He wants to pay 2 big blinds to get his king to showdown. That's the only thing I can think of. I could be wrong, but no post flop solver for this spot. Alright, mate. Sorry. I'm still learning that. Right. But that's my thinking. I mean, I'm not 100%. Remember, I've only just started learning GTO. I don't really understand it, to be honest. But I'm just trying to figure out. When it tells me I've done something wrong, I try to figure out why I'm wrong, you know? And what it wanted to achieve. Why it's saying to do that. Why does it say to do this, you know? That's the fun part. That's the only fun part about GTO, actually, is from a puzzle point of view. Why it's telling me that I've done something wrong. King 4 suit. Shit, why have I just raised that? That's later position. Shit. King 5 fold. Wow. 15% of the time it wants to raise it. 7 deuce suit. King 10 off. See, we're learning. We know King 10 off, it likes a raise early position with King 10 off. And the reason is, King 10 off, actually, you can get a few, like, Ace X to fold. So you have the worst hand with King 10, but they're going to fold their Ace 6 offsuit, for example, you know? Okay. King 10, we've got the King of Spades. Now the question is, when we don't flop a pair, but we have the Ace or the King of Spades, does GTO like our small bet in order to balance the whole thing, or does it like to check with these kind of hands in order to balance that? So let's bet it likes to bet 93% of the time when you have the Ace or the King of Spades, it wants you to bet small. Wow. Well, that didn't help. So the 5 diamonds doesn't help us. It's paired the board and it's not even good for our range anyway. So, me personally, I would check back. But I bet you it would love a 9.7. Let's check, find out. Yeah, 6.5. So it wants you to bet like 70% pot here. It wants you to continue the aggression, you know, because it didn't change much, right? And now the king. We have to go for value, don't we? 4.8. Yeah, it loves a half pot bet here. Loves it. Loves it. And that's why in live poker it's the same as well. Most people don't check their flush or their full houses on the river. They just don't do it, you know? Because they feel like, shit, I've still got a flush, I've probably got the best hand, I need to get as much money as I can. We flop a flush. Now, we flop the flush 1.6, or does it want us to check back? 1.6, you see? So we are betting 1.6 when we have the flush, when we have potential to make the flush, and also when we have sets and 2 pairs, etc. And we check back with our top pairs and missed, I suppose. Just call, 98%. I was just about to say, now we're praying that another spade doesn't come, because he could be re-raising with an Ace X of spades. Fuck, man. But when he only bets 4 big blinds into 16, well, I mean, it still could be ace of spades, right? I think we can't raise, it's just a call. Yeah, it's just a call. I don't think King Queen is a raise here. Because we only get called by an ace of spades. He's not going to call with the jack of spades. So I think just call. Yeah, 99% just call. See? No, pocket queens. Man, I wish I had some of these hands in real life. Woo! Woo! Woo-wee! Ah, okay. Second pair. But we got the queen of spades. Remember the last time we had the spade? We can bet small because we can defend. So 1.6, it loves it. It loves it. And he just folded. Easy money. Easy money. Thanks for your chips, mate. Raise king jack suit. There's a lot of spades coming. Wait, is it just always spade? I haven't actually seen another flush on the flop. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but it's just funny that it's always spade. Wow. Now, we got a gut shot, but nothing much. The problem is, we've been betting 1.6 a lot. So surely when we completely miss, we've got to bet 1.6 as well, right? Yeah, 50% of the time it wants to bet 1.6 as well. It makes sense. Because if we're betting when we have all of the good hands as well, we've got to bet when we have absolute dog shit. But now I'm going to check. Yeah, 92%. Now it's just a give up. 10. 10. 10 of spades. 10 of hearts. Fuck. Fold. Never. Never lucky. Never get the straight. Raise. Well, there's a nit in the big blind. That's you in the big blind folding. Ace 5 suit, we raise. Well, we already know it's going to be spades, don't we? See, we've completely missed again. Wow, this is a complete miss. I mean, we have all the ace X of spades in our hand, in our raise. I would bet small, yeah. Completely missed. But now the question is, when we have ace X of nothing, does it want to check back like it does with the king, or do we apply 6.5? Let's check. Yeah, 6.5, you see? I know it does. I know it does. Because we have all the ace X. And now when he bets 2, to be honest, I'm raising here. And I'm raising 13. And it loves it. Boy. That definitely wouldn't work in real life. But the thing is, the average person in those tournaments is not betting 2 big blinds into 12 big blinds. If they have a flush, they are betting big. So it's an easy decision, you know. So the question is, when they do a really small bet like that, are they a good player? That's the first question I ask. Are they a good player? Ah, here, flop top pair with decent kicker. We cannot defend a re-raise though. I bet you this one's a check. No, this one's a bet 1.6 as well. Wow. Okay. 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 So you were right maybe then. Because last time you had top pair with no spade, right? And you bet, and I thought maybe it's a mistake. But as this has shown, it's not a mistake. 1.6, you want to bet small with your entire thing there. But now he's doing pop B on a bloody turn. But that is because we checked the flop. So he could be doing this with a lot of stuff to get us out. I think this is a standard call, yeah. Nice try, mate. And then he's going to check the river because he pussy. Watch it. Go on, check your river. You see that? Wow. Wow. I mean, mean, it is a standard fold, right? But that is dirty. Filthy, though. Very good play from this pretend opponent. Very good play. I like his line. Wow. And this was because we checked the flop. It does this aggression. Because if we check the flop, it thinks, oh, he doesn't even have a jack. So he bets pot on the turn. Probably because he has, like, we're never going to find out anyway, but wow, it wants to call 1% of the time. I don't know what 1% that is, but that's 1% against an absolute drunk person with no eyes or something. If they have no eyes and they're drunk, then you call your 1%. I mean, look at that. We flopped the nut flush. Now, bet 1.6 with the whole thing, a whole range, you know? Always. So now, the opponent thinks, well, the last time this kind of board happened, he bet small, and he had just the king high. Remember? We had king 10, and we didn't have a flush. Now, when this comes, to be honest, because he could have any 8, he could have 7, so we want to charge this. The question is, do we go pot B or 6.5? I want 6.5, and GTO loves it. Because we need to charge those cards. We can't just be scared of the full house every time. Raise 55% of the time. Jack 10 is like the cut off. Jack 10 offsuit. Kurva. I think we call here. We defend with the 10 of spades. It's a small bet. Yeah, 87%. It likes a raise sometimes there, actually. I like it as well, because then we can represent the king. He checks when a 7 pairs. I say we check back. GTO wants a small bet. Yeah. Because now when we check that, he gonna bomb. Yeah. Only small, though. I think just the call. We've got the 10 of spades. No need to raise. Yeah, 55. It does like some raises there, though. That was a weird one. I literally got every street incorrect on that one. I mean, not incorrect, but just as tight a way, you know. Live him. Wow, there are people outside the flat just slamming doors over and over again. What's wrong with people? Can you just not close a door normal? It's crazy, crazy. It's like I live in a apartment with animals, you know. Ah, pocket queens again. Always king on the flop, but we bet small because we can defend. Boom, loves it. Sometimes likes to check back. Fiddy fiddy, fiddy fiddy. Check. Oh, in real life, what would I do? The guy's called. I like a small bet. Yeah, it wants 6.5. It wants to keep putting that pressure on. It wants to put pressure on a king X. Imagine you have king 7, king 8 with the 8 of spades or the 7 of spades. That's going to be a weird spot to be in. I'm just going to check back here. If you have a king, congratulations to you. Yeah, 99%. So I understand why it wants to bet big on there, because it wants to now put pressure on the king X. And okay, if he calls with the king X, but the flush comes, 9 times out of 10 we've won there, because he's not going to have ace king with the ace of spades, is he? He would have raised that pre-flop. So technically we would have the nuts on the river. So then he can hero call with his king if he wants. He's king 8. Right, raise ace 6 suit. Cool. We flop the flush again. Of course we do. Of course we do. Because there's always spades. Bet small. Okay, the question is now, see before I bet small with my queens, right? But it wanted me to bet big. So the question is, do we bet big now when we have a flush? We've got it, you know? And the answer is yes. 92% of the time. See, you see the balance now. You see the balance coming in. On the turn, we are betting 6.5 big blinds into when we have the flush, when we have under pair, when we have fucking nothing, you know? So there's the balance. So then the big blind doesn't actually know what we have. Now, we've got the nuts. How much do we bet on the river? If we bet big pot, he not gonna call. See, in real life, because the thing I'm thinking is here, if he has a small flush, he gonna call obviously the big bet, pot B. But if he doesn't have a small flush, he not gonna call a pot B at all. Like, you just say he has Jack Queen with the Queen of Spades. How much do we bet to get Jack Queen with the Queen of Spades to call? I would bet 11 big blinds here, and if he raises, then it's a bonus, right? Because if we bet 11 big blinds, if he has a small flush, he's going to think maybe he has the best hand, and he might even re-raise, which is perfect, right? Yeah, it hated it. Wow, it wanted to go all in as a shove. What the fuck, man? Wow, so it wanted to generate some hero calls. But what else are we shoving there, though? What else are we shoving? You know? Because so far, when we've got to the river with all our other hands, it doesn't want to shove at all. So what else are we actually shoving in that spot? Wonder if we can review that one. Let's have a look. Low jack, raise. No post from, yeah, it's okay. Raise 2.5. Call in the big blind. No post flop. Alright, mate, no problem. No problem. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I don't know about that shove. I understand if he's really strong, he's probably gonna call, but you know. What about the times where he does have the jack? He's not gonna call all in with a jack, is he? I mean, I know some people in Atlantis will, but the overall good player, average player, is not like a snap fold with their top pair. You know, so okay, if we're gonna shove some bluffs, like ace high on that river, okay, I understand it. But so far, since we've been playing this little mini game, we haven't shoved one bluff on the river. So there is no balance there. I don't know if I agree with that spot. Not sure. That's a tough one. Here we go. We're completely whiffed. Completely whiffed. Well, 1.6. We've got to bet. We've got to keep it standard, right? Ace is good for our range. Now, me personally, I like a 6.5 here, because even if he has a queen and we bet 6.5, he's gonna have to get the fuck out. Yeah. It likes a small bet though sometimes. Yeah, because if he raises, we just have to give it up. It's just a fold now. Okay, so I understand the small bet. We bet the small. The question is though, the other times we were on the turn, it bet big. Fuck's sake. I understand why it bets small, because if he raises, we can just get out of the hand cheaply, right? Now we just lost 6.5 big blinds for nothing, you know? So I understand it. But if we're betting 6.5 big blinds with our other hands, you know, mate? queen, raise. Oh, we're going to flop the flush. Watch this car, I can predict the future. Boom, you see that? So good at this game, so good. Bet 1.6. He's out of there, just out of there. Raise. I bet you it's going to come all spades and then we're going to be stuck. It's going to be a weird position to be in. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I shouldn't have raised. I knew it was going to be spades. That's such my life, you know. What can I do? Predict the future. Well, we bet 1.6 like we do with everything. To be honest, we do have an open-ended straight draw. So we actually have something here. Now we've hit top pair. Now, me personally, it's check because now we have showdown value, but it's fucking GTO. Bet small. Yeah, it wanted to check. Fuck's sake. So I go with my gut. Go with your instinct, Steve. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you? Check. Check back. Thank you very much. Thank you for the chips. And then he shows Queen 3 offsuit and he's like, I had to defend. I was in the big blind. I had Queen 3 off. You know he's going to show Queen 3 off. And then he's going to point at the 3 because it was the spade. He's like, oh, this is why I really called, because I had the 3 of spades. Banner. Bet small. Fold. See you later. Next hand. I bet you it comes all spades again. I can predict the future. Look, see? But we've had this spot before, right? 1.6. Again, similar to your one, we bet small, so you were right to bet small. Even smaller than you bet, though, you should have bet smaller. Now, oh, okay, that's a different turn. The flush is completed. We don't have showdown value anymore, to be honest. We have to create. This is where we have to start bluffing. So, this is where the bluff line would come in. If we're shoving our flush on the river, then we've got to shove Queen Jack off. No, you see it wanted to check. You see it's completely different. It's not balanced. Of course, I would check this in real life because there's just no point, right? Yeah. But, where's the balance? So that shove on the river, that is the only thing I don't understand so far of this session. When we had the nuts, and and the other opponent showed no interest in the pot whatsoever. Why are we shoving it on the river? You know, he showed no interest in it. He's telling us he doesn't really have much. Pocket nines, bet small, yeah. He will raise. No, okay, he's out of there. Queen Jack, we flopped 2 pair this time. Bet small still, yeah, good. Oh, he's out of there. What a nit. This guy in the big blind is such a nit. Ace 7 off. Ace 7 suit even. Cool. Bet small. Easy business. Straight away, as soon as I saw that raise, my brain said, this guy has absolutely nothing, mate. Shove it back in his face with the 17.4 re-raise. That is exactly instantly what my brain said. Obviously it's a fold, we know that. But my fucking brain is hot wired to seek out suspicious behaviour, you know? Fold. No, it was a 0% to try it. I know, remember it's GTO, we're not trying to be like crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Bet 1.6. Kurwa, why are you slamming doors out here? Check. Now, I mean, I want to check back. Yeah, I'm going to check back. 97%. You see, follow the gut. I feel it as a check back because what are we doing, you know? And then he's going to bet. Any check. Now we have the best hand, 100%. So now it's like, what do we want the opponent to do? We know we have the best hand, 100%. Unless he is, oh, maybe he can check back a queen with no kicker, like queen 7. Yeah, to be honest, if I was big blind and had queen 7, I would check this. Yeah, I would just check it. Yeah, 74%. I know it's like to go for a little bit of value to get him to call with pocket 7s or 6s or something, but overall, he's going to have still a couple of queens there. Problem hand, Jack 10 offsuit, here it comes, go on. Show me all spades. But we flop second pair, right? So now it wants to check. When you flop second pair, it wants to check. Because we definitely cannot call a re-raise with that. And it seems like a waste to throw away second pair, right? We raise, flop second pair, we bet, he raises, we fold. That don't sound good, you know? But calling also doesn't sound good. So yeah, I understand it. So yeah, a check back with second pairs naturally is good. So yeah, we've got to have some check back there as well. What spot do you want to? But you understand about the monotone board now. You feeling a bit more understanding of it, roughly. And then, what should we study next? What we're feeling? What we feeling? Last one, raise. We're going to flop the flush. Watch this. The very last hand, we're going to flush. Big blind, small blind. Are you big blind or are you small blind? So you're the so it folds to you and you're in the small blind, which doesn't happen very often, right? Because button raises like 60-70% of the time, you know. It's very rare the button will fold. Very rare. Unless they are absolutely terrible. But they should be raising. The button range is mental, you know. So there's a raise from like late position and you're in the small blind, for example. Okay. So villain, you will be the small blind. Villain will raise from the cutoff. There you go. Versus RFI. Early tournament, I guess. Let's get 80 Bs in there. Because you always struggled with deeper stack. Any board? No specific board, right? How tight? How tight are you in the small blind? I mean, this is how tight you are in the small blind, right? 2%. Honey! Sixes, ace 5 suited. What is the cutoff? Tell me something that you would fold. Like Jack 10 off, would you fold? Or should I just give... let's just do 100% blind, 100%, so it will test you what you should be folding and thingy, right? Yeah. Why did we just not do that? What's wrong with me? Alright, King 5 off. Well, I mean, that one's easy, right? Easy start. Easy life. Jack 5 off. Easy. Pocket 10s. Go on, what are you feeling? Against a late position. Late position raise. I think this is a raise here. 9.5. Boom. 85% of the time. It doesn't mind a call. 15% of the time. It doesn't mind it. Yeah, now here we go. Oh! I didn't even set the board up to be monotone, but here you go. You got a monotone board. Well, we know what we're doing because we've had practice on the monotone board, right? But the problem is we are not in position now. We're out of position. And we're in a bloated pot. So I'm going to go with small bet, but it wants a check. Of course it does. Of course it does. Now we're fucked. Check. And then he's going to bet anything. Any two he's going to bet, no? Check. Check, check, check. Yeah. And fold. Okay. So that's just a give up on there. Whoa, it likes a raise with 10-9 suit. Oh, I need to study this position a bit. I think. Check to the razor. But I've been playing... oh, we're going to bet... Oh, it wants a big pot B when we've hit it there. But I've been playing around with small blind position a little bit. I found out that when you call from the small blind, people think that you naturally have a good hand, right? And then I've been donk betting with in the small blind, and it's been getting some people to like pause. They're not snap calling, not snap raising, they're not folding, they're not doing anything. They're just like, what's happening here? Why is a small blind donk betting? On smaller flops, when there's ace or king high or queen high, I check to the razor, you know, like normal. But if it's a small flop, then I like to lead out donk bet. It's like a new strategy I'm trying against certain opponents, and it's been doing good. I don't think I've lost actually with it yet. So king 9 suit. Me personally, I like a raise here. Yeah, 45%. It doesn't mind a call there. Yeah. 10-9 suit. Well, last time it wanted a raise with this, right? Yeah, 85%. So 10-9 suit, it doesn't want you to call. Ah, similar thing. We have second pair this time, though. Check. But this time it wanted a bet. Interesting. Last time we had second pair as well. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on this board. Small. It doesn't mind it. I don't know where I'm at though. He can't raise on it. No chance. I mean, we don't beat anything. So this is where I'd block a bet. And it wants a check, of course, but I would block a bet. He folded, but I don't think he would fold in real life. I don't know. No idea. If we check to them on the river, they're going to bet half pot. And then we're just going to have to fold it, right? Don't know. Maybe just check back, just stay standard. So here 8-7 suit. I love calling with these kind of hands. I don't think it would want to raise. 50% raise, 40% call. But yeah, on here, like I said before, if it's an ace or a king on the flop, then I don't lead out. But so I check this one and stay with my actual plan in real life. 7. Why is he doing pot B? Fuck's sake. Don't make any sense, mate. Dry flop. And if you think, most of my small blind calling range here is like pocket 8s, pocket 7s. Why is he betting pot B then? So that means he basically has queen 10 or queen jack, and he just wants me out of the pot. He's trying to put maximum pressure on my pocket 7s or pocket 8s or something, and he wants me to fold, right? Or he just doing retard, you know? Like, oh, I've got an ace, but I'm scared of nothing. Because now, if I had pocket 5s, I would just call, right? And then what's he doing with his little ace queen or ace jack? I don't know. That seems like a weird pot bet to me. Sometimes GTO is completely baffling to me. Like, I don't understand why it's doing a certain thing. Like, okay, if he had Queen Jack and I folded the best hand, then congratulations to him, he got a bluff through. But once I see that he has Queen Jack when he does that, it's over for him, you know? He's never going to be able to do that move anymore. Never again in the whole tournament. Or whenever I've met him, you know? Ace 5 offsuit. This has got to be a raise or a fold. It's just a fold. It's just a fold. Why would you raise, you know? Ace 5 suited, I suppose, is a raise. Small blind is tough. This is why so many people lose money from it. Even I'm struggling on this bad boy. So I think I will spend like fucking next 3 or 4 hours just doing small blind. And then we'll change it up and do early position raise from the small blind. You know? Queen 9 suit. Oh, I mean, this feels like a call. It seems like a waste to get rid of this. Yeah, 50%. It likes a raise. It likes a raise. See, here, on this flop, I like a lead out. And I like a 4.7 lead. I know it's completely wrong in GTO world. Oh, it does like a little lead though. Not for big. I like it. Now I'm going big, yeah. It loves it. It loves it. So maybe I'm just playing GTO all along from the small blind. That was my strategy. I didn't even learn that from GTO. I thought of that. Obviously I didn't. Obviously not. GTO invented it. I'm just copying it, right? God damn it. Pocket eights. Let's get a call. He likes a raise. That's okay. I like a call. And here, again, this is the kind of flop that I will lead out. Little small bet because it loves it. Raise. Call. Easy. Standard. 5. Oh, it brought the diamonds. Check to you. It likes another lead out. I love it as well. Because now, yeah, I like the lead out for 4.5 big blinds. Because now, 12 big blinds is putting us in a weird spot. Super weird spot. Because now we're just bluff catching, right? We don't beat any overpairs. We don't beat any flushes now. He can have some weird straights in there. Like ace 6 with the ace of diamonds would even bet here, I think. Yeah. I think if we're going to lead out when there's a flush draw on the flop, if the flush comes on the turn, whether we have it or not, we still have to lead out and small. Because if we had a flush, we lead out small. In this case, though, I'm just going to fold. Yeah, this is a standard fold. Just disappointing, you know. I don't like losing pots. I want to figure out why I'm losing the pot. 4-3 suited. I know this is a fold, but I like to call. It doesn't want to play. It's like, no, you fold 100%. 8-7. I'm calling, okay? Oh, it likes a raise. So, all right. You don't have to tell me twice. Right, this jack high, yes. I like a lead. And GTO loves a lead as well sometimes. I tell you what, me and GTO could become best friends. You never know. You never know. Only in the small blind, though. A lot of the other positions, sometimes I'm a bit sus. King 6. Me personally, I love a raise. So does GTO. Oh, it actually likes 30% raise and 70% call. With a king suited in the small blind, it is giving you no option to fold, Kara. Basically, if you fold there to a late position raise, it's basically saying you are a nit. You're like too tight. So remember that. Suited king, probably not king 3, king 4, but king 6. I don't know if king 5 is in there. We'll find out maybe. You know. Ah, here we go, king deuce. I think this is a fold now, me personally. I wonder if it would like a raise. Let's find out. No, It's a fold. So king 6 is a call or a fold or a raise. King 6 suited. Only late position. If they raise from low jack or under the gun or something, I bet you it's going to be completely different. King 9 off. I'm putting that in the muck. Straight. King 6 off. Straight in the muck. See ya. Queen 5. Snap. Snap fold. I folded and got up from the table before even my turn. 9-3 suit. Fold. Yeah, against one raise. Obviously, multiple people in the pot, it changes it. I don't think we can set up the GTO for that. GTO is not really built yet for multiple opponents, and to be honest, I don't think it ever will be. That is too complicated. It's too many variables, you know. I don't think GTO is maybe in like 20 years or something. GTO will be for multiple opponents, but by then, online poker for sure will be dead. 100%. They're going to have robots that can literally play for you by then. Queen Jack off. Here's a trouble hand from the small blind. I think this is a raise because, say now, this guy has 7-9 suited, which he should be raising 7-9 suited from this position, right? Cut off. Let's have a look. Cut off. I think so. Cut off, raising. I know we can probably look at it on the site, but raising range, poker. Ooh, close. 9-8 suited, 10-8 suited, Jack 7 suited. It's very close. It's literally right on the edge. 10-7 suited, 9-7 suit are literally on the edge. But they're a fold. I understand. But as you can see, you know. So let's just say, for example, this guy here has Jack 7 suit. He can have King 4 suit and all of the ace X suited and ace 8 offsuit, King 9 offsuit, you know. So Queen Jack against that range is actually pretty nice, to be honest. And if he folds something a little bit better than us, then we've made a good play, right? And if he calls with that, Queen Jack is still not a bad hand. Yeah, it likes a call 50% of the time, 25% raise and 25% fold. So I suppose that all depends on opponent. If the opponent is super tight and they're not raising a lot from that, so if you raise from cut off, I'm folding Queen Jack offsuit. If big boy who raises any 2 is raising, I'm re-raising, and if there's a good player, then probably I will just call and see a flop. You know? Don't know. I would prefer more raise or fold for that situation anyway. Here ace 6, again, this has got to be a raise. I reckon GTO loves a call here though. Yeah, 65% it loves it. It loves it. I can feel it. Feel it. Check to the razor, not leading out on this bad boy. Go on, bet. Oh, you don't bet. Mistake. You always bet against me because now you're going to get it in your face. Nope, I should have checked. Bad play. Because we cannot, and then we just have to check and give up. So yeah, that is actually just a bad play. Silly me. Slap my hand. I bluff too much. Bluff too much. King Jack. Wow, that's a raise. Of course it is. Why would it not be? Why would it not be? Ace deuce. Again, this has got to be a raise. No, this one's a pure call. Wow, my small blind is actually really weak. All right, it's good that I can see this. Very weak. 6-5. I mean, I'm calling that all day. I know it wants a fold, but I love a 6-5 suit. Yeah, I know the flush was there, but we're representing the flush, Cara, because it went check on the flop. If he had flush draw, he gonna bet the flush draw. He don't have a flush. You know he doesn't have a flush. That's why I could have the flush, but it would be nice to actually have a blocker to the flush, I guess. I suppose that's what it wants. That's what GTO wants. It wants you to actually hold at least the ace or the king of the flush, so that you know, the other opponent can't have it, and then it puts them in a weird spot. Fold. Get out of my sight. Pocket nines. Just call. 60% raise. Yeah, I know. Now I like a lead. It wants a pure check. Understood. So this is dry. Cool. Standard. Now we got ourselves a problem. Ace, congratulations. Check. Go on, bet, and then I fold. And he bets small as well. Ah, you fucker. He just has it every time, doesn't he? No, because if he had an ace, surely he would protect against a flush. Draw. Oh. I mean, I've got a call. I can't give that up. Yeah, 100%. Can't give that up. You can't just assume he has an ace every time. Check. Go on, bet. How much? How much? Ah, he checked. What a wimp. What a wimp. What a wimp. So I'm not too sure about that. He re-raised on the flop. So there's not many ace X that he would re-raise on the flop. So he's got to have overpairs. So he probably did have me beat there. I think he did have the best hand, 100%. Queens, kings, something like that. That's why he's small bet. Yeah. This is good. I like this training. The problem is you're playing against GTO opponents. That's the only problem. You're not training against retards. Fold. Ooh, bad boy. It likes a call with 9-7 sometimes. No problem. Don't have to tell me twice to put that in my range. 7-4 suit. Get rid of that. Pocket 6. Now I think this is a call. Yeah. Loves it. Check. King high. I'm not going to lead bet on that one. 4.7. Big bet. Big lumpy bet. I'm going Chora. Tell me what you would do right now with that hand. this is a fold though. Wait, let me just edit this bad boy. Hold on. Right. Right. Devin, I think this is a fold. I'm going to fold it. Yeah, it likes a call as well. 70%. You were right. You were right. Can't just give your pairs up so easily to one bet, huh? Even if it is a big bet. Good. 9-7 suit. Well, we know 20% of the time it wants a call. And that's all I need. I only need 20%. Oh, you know, standard. Are you going to bet small? Yeah, of course, 1.8. The toxic person in me is is feeling a rage, you know? He has to fold all of his ace. No, he wouldn't fold ace queen. Yeah, I know it's a standard fold, but those raise buttons were looking very attractive there. Shining different coloured reds, you know? Alright, raise the jacks. They haven't defended one of my raises yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. What about 95% check. Question is, if we had a jack of hearts, and now what do we do? Like, just let Jack go? It's crazy. But then what else is he? What else does he call? The only bluffs he has is like 9-10 of hearts. What a weird spot, huh? Classic with pocket jacks. I guess it's just a fold, yeah. Don't like it, hate it, but I'm wondering if you had the jack of hearts in your hand, whether you bet small. But then if he's really that strong and he's gonna bet that big, he's gonna re-raise, right? Yeah, but then for the same reason is if you bet, yeah, I mean a smaller bet would be better than checking there, I guess. I don't know. I just hate losing the pot to a pretend opponent, you know? Feels bad. Feels bad. Pocket 8. I like 70% raise, okay. Check here on a ped board. It's okay to check these ones. Fucking pot bet. This is the kind of spot that gets you in trouble, right? It's just like, would he bet pot if he had pocket aces? Ace king of spades. Do you bet pot? What a spot. I want to look at the study for this. This is so weird. Yeah, of course it wants a call. It wants to defend that. Let me see if we can bring this up in the library. If I get it, I will show it to you. Oh, it has it, because it's only a thing. So, I will show you it. Oh, you can see it, because it's on my desktop, right? So, what did it want? What does it want? Fucking hell. Really? Oh, it's like it's a low frequency bet though that they done. That pot bet is that colour, darker colour. So it wants you to do pot bet with aces, sometimes kings. What are you balancing that with? 10-9 suit. What was the flop? Jack deuce deuce. What, 10-9? All of the 10-9 suits? 23%. No, only with the ones that you completely miss with. So if you have 10-9 suited of clubs or diamonds, it wants you to bet the pot as well. Wow. So there's your bluffs. So it's like a pure, this line, this bet pot on that flop, Jack deuce deuce, is a pure, I've got pure value like aces, kings. Are we betting that big with ace jack? Ace jack suited, it wants a big bet. Ace jack off suit. Not pocket jacks, obviously. That'd be too strong. That'd be mental to do pot bet on that. Pocket kings, pocket queens is there. Wow. King jack suit, jack 10. Wow. Whew. So it's either you have absolutely nothing, or you have top pair or better in that spot. It's a pure 50-50. When you bet pot on that board, 50-50. I either have a bluff or I have you smashed, you know? The question is, if I call, I have a lot of deuces there, right? Oh, not from the small blind. What deuces do I have from the small blind? Only pocket deuces. Ah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So small, so pot bet. I wonder, on paired boards, if we bet pot when we've missed and when we've hit, or when we've got an overpair, that's the bat. Wow, it's crazy. It's a good spot, because now it's made me think, you know. And like, for sure, sometimes I'm folding pocket eights there. So if half the time they have a bluff, they've just made me fold the best hand, right? So I see why. It's a good spot. Very good spot. The question is, when you bet that big, and I call, because it wanted a call, right? Well, we didn't see the turn. Let's make up a turn. Random. Boom. Brought the flush. I check, obviously, with my pocket eights. Now. Yeah, pretty much. Apart from the flushes, and yeah, apart from the flushes and the ace of spades, it wants to check back. But if you have the ace of spades, it wants you to carry on betting and going for it. No. Nice. Even pocket aces you check back unless you have the ace of spades. All the other aces are checking back. So pretty much on this particular turn, checking back everything, because yeah, they have some flushes there, right? Wow, interesting spot. Like it. It's definitely, definitely food for thought, that spot, you know? Normally, normally when there's a paired board, most people, I would say like 90% of players, bet small. Because this is a dry board, right? Dry. Paired board, dry, bet small. Like you would with most of your range. But, what a spot. What a spot. Poof. Wow. It's crazy. 10-9. I'm raising that bad boy up. Go on, call, I dare you. No, he doesn't want to call. He doesn't want that heat. Now, Queen 7. Phew. I got a feeling Queen 8 is probably a raise. Queen 7. I don't know. What a weird hand. I'm going to say call, but yeah, just a fold. I wonder what Queen 8 would be. So King 6 suited plus and Queen 8 or Queen 9. We haven't figured that out yet. Could probably find out actually. Wait. Study in library. Raise the cutoff. Small blind. Queen. Ha! I was right. Queen 8 suited. It's literally the cutoff. That's crazy. Literally studied GTO for like one day. And then got bored. But it makes sense, right? Makes sense. Queen 8 suited is mainly cool, and Queen 9 suited is where you start throwing in the raises. Queen 7 suited is a fold. King 7 and King 6 and King 5 suited actually fiddy, but I wouldn't recommend King 5 suited. To be honest, King 8 suited downwards I wouldn't recommend to newer players, to be honest. And I think that's where a lot of new players go wrong. They think they know about GTO, they study GTO and stuff, they know what they should do, but it's like playing this live, King 8, King 7, King 6, King 5 suited, it's always trouble. Always trouble in live poker. I know if you play purely GTO, but no human can play purely GTO every single spot, every single hand. You know, it's impossible. If they can, then they're a computer. Even the best players in the world, best GTO players, can't play pure GTO every single street. And it's not like chess. In chess you can make some mistakes, right? And still recover. But in poker, if you make a mistake, you're out of the tournament. Yeah. Alright. Pocket 6. I'm going to call. Oh yeah, classic flop. Check. Huh. It's the same spot as last time. You said call, right? Last time with your pocket 6. And he bet just over half pot. And we said call because he can't always fold. Because he can have king, queen, jack, bloody 7. Can have all kinds of crap there. Ooh. And it brings a 5. If we lead out for 4.1, kind of like a blockery, he can't raise with an ace. He has to just call with his ace. No, it wants a check. Just check then. Oh, he actually folded. Okay, but in real life, if that's a blunder, then okay. Because we have showdown value, right, with the pocket 6. We beat his king queen. I don't mind giving his king queen another card. 4 outs. You know he's going to get there anyways, huh? Going to get there as cheap as possible. Ace 10 offsuit. Interesting hand. Raise, no? Ooh. Throwing in some calls with ace 10 offsuit. Check. Ooh, and it wants a lead out. Oh yeah, we re-raised. Sorry, that's my bad. I've completely fucked this hand up completely. I don't even know where I'm at. 100% I would raise this in real life, but I'm gonna fold it. I messed that hand up. 9-8 off. Queen Jack off. So this feels like a raise, but I remember Queen Jack off is probably a call, right? 50%, 25% raise, and 25% fold. Yeah, we spoke about this one before. I like a lead out. Yeah, GTO don't mind it. Fold. Wow, what a nit. Fold into my small bet there. Alright, mate. This is why, on flops like that, if I lead out with my complete trash as well, and he folds, he's ace high, king high and stuff, then it's actually a good donk bet. That's why I love small blind is such an interesting spot. It's the worst spot in poker, but at the same time it could be the best spot. Ace 6 suited. Well, let's call that bad boy. Yeah, this one's just a give up. Unless he checks back. Oh, such a small bet. Yeah. It was like a fold. Didn't like folding that one. Giving that one up so easy. Oh, I need to check. What time Youngblood? Oh, she's literally just messaged now. What time you want to pick me up? When will you think you'll be ready? Pocket jacks. Raising that all day long, aren't we? Against an early position raise, let's change the trainer. No, let's do like 5 more minutes of this bad boy. I feel good in late position raising now. Some things don't make a little sense to me, but that's why you train, right? Like 6-5 suited, I know is going to be a fold, but I love to call this hand. Oh, and it doesn't even want me to play it post flop. It hates it. It hates the fact that I call with 6-5 suited there. But that is like, you know, bread and butter, because if pocket 5s and pocket 6s, you have both of them, right? So you can represent both of those hands because you have the blockers for them. So in that spot when I have 5-6 suited, not only do I have nice, I can also represent pocket 5s and pocket 6s very easy, so I can fit them into a natural bluff. It's just my thinking anyway. I know it's not GTO. Just play GTO, for fuck's sake, come on. Ace jack off. I mean, I would raise this, but GTO does some weird stuff. You know, when you're on the button and there's a raise, GTO loves to call with like ace queen suited, king queen suited and stuff like that. The raising range from the button is very small. Like it's premiums and bluffs only, like king 4 suited, king 5 suited, stuff, weird stuff like that. But like with your ace queen suited, king jack suited, pocket 10s, it loves to call. Absolutely loves it. Loves it. Ace jack. It's got to be a raise, yeah. It's got to be. Go on, let's play a bloated pot. Wow, I mean, that's easy. When it's easy flop, you don't really have to think of much. I mean, 5.2 is probably the standard. But it wants a 40. It just wants big. It just wants big. I mean, I'm checking back this turn now. And hope that he has a flush and he's going to get there. Because, yeah, we would check back. Well, the flush got there. Now the question is, do we pretend that we're scared of the... You see, most players now... remember what I was telling you before, Cara? Most players, when they have a full house, they bet. Because they don't want the other guy to check back. Like, 100%. Your first instinct right now is you've got to bet, right? And if I ask you, be honest, how much do you want to bet? On this, right now, we've pretty much got the nuts. We lose to pocket aces, which he doesn't have, right? I mean, if he has it, congratulations, but he doesn't have it. So we have the nuts. So, no, but how much would you bet? This is the thing. You're saying how much you think we should bet. But I know the majority of people are now either going to shove it or they're going to bet big. Like 31. Pot B. Because they don't want to miss that value. But the question is, if that guy has a flush and we check to him, he's going to think his flush is good. He ain't going to check back the flush. It's an interesting spot. I'm like half wanting to check this because you know what also has missed? Queen 10 of spades. Not Queen 10 of spades, Queen 10 of anything. You know, that missed. King Queen missed. So, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, not too sure on this spot. It's like, when you have the nuts, it's very hard to do anything wrong. If you check and he bets, congratulations, you done good. If you bet small and he does something crazy, you done good. If you bet half pot and he calls, you done good. And if you jam the flop or bet pot and he calls, you done good. So it's like, you can't do anything wrong, right? What would I do right now? What was the action? Bet small. He called my re-raise. I bet small, and he called, but the GTO wanted a big bet, but that's irrelevant. Then on the turn, check. So yeah, so if we check and he had a jack, he would bet it. So he doesn't have a jack. So we're targeting purely an ace here. And he can't have the ace of spades because it's there, like ace queen with a queen of spades, something like that. Would that really check on it? I don't know. I honestly don't know what was trying to get value from here. I would just check. 56% check. There you go. My brain is in the right question. And then he bets, and then obviously we have an easy decision, right? Just a shove. Yeah. Okay. See, my thinking is in the right space. I just don't know what we can get value from. Like, what he has. I can't figure out what he has on that spot. So I don't know what to do. So he probably has a lot of shit because I don't understand what else he can have. So if we check to him and he has a flush, he now going to think that we have, he has the best hand. He will bet like he did. Let's just say he has a small flush, 9-10 suited or something, 8-10 suited, something retarded like this. He bets half pot, which is okay to bet your small flushes with this, because you want to be called. And then, if I have the ace, if I have like the king of spades, but I don't have the flush, then I could turn that into a bluff, right? So then I could shove my bluffs. So that leaves that open. See, I understand that river play. I understand that. I didn't understand the river play from the last one. The monotone board one. I still don't understand that. King Jack, I'm going to raise that. I don't want to play post flop with this piece of shit. King Jack with the Jack of Hearts. I mean, it's either a check or a bet small. small. Loves it. Ace. Now the thing with this problem with this is, if we check and he bets, we have to fold. It's crazy. But as played, it's just a check back. And then he bets. It's just crazy. You know it's going to come. Even the robot. Even if it's a robot and you know it's going to come. Oh my goodness. So easy to play against these robots. You know it's coming. And it would come in real life as well. They wouldn't even bet that big either. They would make it like 15 big blinds, 13 big blinds. That's the worst thing as well. Wow, when it wants a call. Of course it does. Ah, that feels like a leak though to me. I know. They're gonna, when you check to them, they're gonna bet. And because you check, you have to call. I understand it. I just don't like it. But, oh, here's the flop that I like to lead on small blind, for example. And it loves it as well. GTO loves it. GTO loves it. Still, question is this where we apply pressure? Like now, if he calls, of course he's going to call with everything, any two. But now we put pure pressure on and we say, look mate, I ain't messing around. I have 6-7. And it's a rainbow board, so we don't need to go that big. Fucking hell, it wants a pop bet, of course it does. and then he raises and then we fold. And then it wants to re-raise. Jesus Christ, that hand got away from me. What on earth was that hand? I just played, I think I played that shit on every single street, including pre-flop. What the bloody hell was that, mate? No post-flop for that one, okay. No worries. That one got away from me though, right? Bloody hell. But you see, I have some serious leaks sometimes on post-flop. Most of my play is very good post-flop, but there are some times where the hand completely gets away from me. Like I have no idea where I'm at, what I'm doing, who they are, or what casino I'm in, you know? Like I literally am lost. 100% bet small. Standard. Ace queen. Now it's getting sweaty. We want to set up a river jam here. Don't want to bet pot. Oh, it likes to check back. Oh, it likes to check back because because they have to fold all their weaker hands now to a bet. But if you check back, they will bet and you can shove over a lot of their stuff, I suppose. Or call. Call this one. Check. Paired board. We check on the paired boards. 4.7. Yep, standard. Question is, do we call this kind of hand? I don't think so. Yeah, fold. Ace high, king high, possibly. But yeah. Queen 5 was foldy locks. Disgusting. Fold. Ah, king 5 suit. Here you go. Remember, was it king? It was king 6, right, and upwards. King 5 is a pure fiddy. This time, we just started. I've just sat down. You know, I come to play, so I'm gonna call. Yeah, fiddy. Let's see. Of course it comes. And this is the kind of flop that I lead anyway. So, I know it wants a check on this one, but if I'm going to lead these kind of flops normally, now, how would I play this? I'm going to call, because now that I've led, I'm making it look like I've got some kind of Jack X. Like, imagine if I have Jack 10, and most people don't bet with Jack 10, right, on this flop. So now, I call, make it look like I've got a Jack, and if he has a queen, pocket queens, pocket aces or something, or ace Jack, he's going to think that he can get the hold of it, you know? But if the flush comes, then, you know, wow, that was only 50%. Wow, that's the worst turn that could possibly come, because there's a lot of king jacks there. Check. Oh, this hand's going to get us in trouble. This is why king 5 is a pure fiddy-fiddy. I told you this hand gets you in trouble. Cannot fold for that price. Cannot raise. Ah, oh, look at that. Now we've got a 40 big blind pot. And we've got a check to our opponent. Boop. And half pot. Pure value. Oh, so when he raises on the flop, he was telling us that he could beat the jack. The king comes, and he's still betting like he can beat this. So he's basically saying he has pocket aces, king jack, or he had ace king. Would he value bet ace king like this though? Fuck's sake. What a spot. The worst thing is I'm never going to find out what he has. That's the worst thing about this app. But it's not supposed to be that, right? It's supposed to be training, what you should be doing. But I mean, this is a very good sizing. He's not saying that he has a bluff or nuts. He's basically saying that he has king jack, ace king, king queen sometimes maybe would bet like that. But then the only king queen that he's going to raise on the flop is king queen of diamonds, and we have the king of diamonds, so he's not representing the king of diamonds. He's purely saying he has king jack. We block the king. I would just probably call this cycle. Yeah, 97% cool. Okay. If any GTO players ever watch this, they'll be like, mate, why are you thinking so long? It's just extended call, you know? 97% is a call on the river. But yeah, I would get there eventually, but it took me like, you know, a couple of minutes. I would probably get time called on me there. But the good thing is, I would get there eventually to make the correct GTO call at least. Whether it's a correct call in real life, that's a different story, right? That will depend on live tells and the player in general. That's why you can be the best GTO player in the world, and like there, that it says 97%, you have to call there. But if you really think about it, the guy is not representing a whole lot, and when he bets that much, he wants you to call. So just feels like we're losing almost every time there. Just feels like we had the worst hand. Pocket deuces. Oh yeah, I was supposed to lead out. No, these kind of flops lead out every time. 4.7 unfolded. No problem. I surrender. No set, no bet for that one. We'll call this one 70% raise. It's the same, right? Last time I raised it, this time I call it. Check. I'm out. Oh, snap fold. You beat me, well done. So good. This cut-off player is so good. Pocket deuces, here we go again. The dealer didn't shuffle the deck. Pocket deuces. Okay, lead out. Boom. He calls. Better for his range. We check. 100%. It loves a check. And then he bets and then we fold. Thank you very much. Oh, he checks back. Interesting. I wonder in GTO world if ace queen, king queen, they obviously call the bet on the flop, but if they actually hit their pair on the turn, do they check back on the turn? This is the question, right? Especially when the flush draw comes. In real life, someone that had ace queen, king queen, they bet now. This is why GTO a little bit different than real life. So normal players, real players are easier to figure out. GTO a little bit more trickier because they can easily have a king queen, ace queen now. I'm just checking. I don't want to bluff me. Go on. He checked back. I don't know what he's checking back on the river, to be honest. I mean, if he has nothing, he has to bluff, right? And if he has a queen, he could. Maybe pocket. No, I don't know. Maybe ace 10 and he hit the 10 on the river. So he has showdown value. No need to get crazy with that bad boy. Queen 5 fold. Check deucey. Ace 8 offsuit. What are you doing in this in real life? Fat fish from Atlantis just raises, cut off, folds to you in the small blind. You got ace 8 offsuit. Honestly, you got to be honest. You got to play the game honestly. That's the only way you can learn. If you just pretend what you're gonna do, you can't learn because it's only pretend, right? You have to be pure honest. Re-raise, like it. GTO hates it though. Sorry, 100% fold. Slap yourself on the wrist for that one. Disgusting, getting out of hand. Jack 8 suit. I do like a call with this bad boy. 60%. I mean, look at that flop. And then it's the kind of flop we love to lead. But because we flop so good, it actually wants to check. And now just call. No. See, I like a re-raise here because... Yes, and it does love a re-raise. It loves it. Because now we're setting up. Oh, now we have awkward stack size. Is this just a shove on the turn? I mean, we've already made a big pot. And the problem is, he's called that big raise. So, we block pocket jacks, we block pocket eights. If he has queens, kings and aces, does he call with kings, queens and aces? And if we shove, there is so much stuff there. I mean, we could have 9, 10 of diamonds. I think we just shove, yeah. GTO loves a shove. We'll never know. We will never know. 100% raise. Queen Jack, remember that. What do you mean check? We got it. We played that one good. So, we played that one perfect, GTO wise. And checking is not good because we allow them to check back and give them a free card. Flush comes on the river, then what's your play? You know? Don't give anyone chances. Because he can easily call your big raise with, you know, and aces, kings and stuff. He going in. I think he will call. But remember, Queen Jack suited. That's one thing to remember from the small blind. Late position raise, 100% re-raise. There's no calling, there's no folding. It's just every time you get Queen Jack suited in the small blind, you have to re-raise it. There is no deviation from that. Absolutely none. If you fold it or you call it, you've blundered. Second pair. To be honest, I like a check there. Fiddy. Small bet or check is both good. Well, now we're turning it. 2 flush draws. I think I'm betting 14. It wants to bet pot B there because we missed value on the flop. I understand that. The guy folded anyway, so it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter anyway. He gave up. King, queen, suit. See, this is the sort of hand the GTO loves to call and not raise. So crazy. But out of position, I think we have to raise it here. If we were on the button, bet you it calls. Bet you. 5-4 suited. I have to fold. I know. Right, gonna be good. 10-9 suit. Raising that bad boy up. Cool. Small bet. We got to start the bluff now. It loves it as well. GTO knows we've got to start that bluff now. 3 didn't change much. Didn't change much for you either. 21 bigs. Nope. That's a blunder then. I'm all in. And it wants to be all in as well. Okay, it liked my all in. It liked me setting up my all in for the river. It did not like my turn bet though. Is that one available in the library so I can check? Nope. It's not available in the library. Did like my 100% bluff though. Question is, it's getting snap called though, isn't it? Ooh. It likes to call ace queen offsuit sometimes. Wow. 7-6. Wow. So lead out. Jesus Christ on a stick. What is that raise? What that? He definitely wants this hand over with, doesn't he? Now what is that? So my donk betting on the flop can get me into some serious trouble against good opponents. This is why no one bloody does it, hardly. Unless you can defend it. It's the same with when there's a monotone board, right? Flush board. If you can defend it, sure, do a small bet. But if you can't defend the raise, like right now, I can't defend this raise. Just a gut shot. I cannot defend that. And you know, when he's raising that big, you know he has pocket queens or something strong. Just a fold. Cannot defend that bad boy. 9-7. It loves it. 20% at a time. This is one of those 27%. 1.8. I know you want me to check it. But I just won the pot with 9 high, you know? So... And if they re-raised on that one, I can defend it because we have an open-ended straight flush draw. You know? The question is, do we just shove it in and let's see what the gods have in store for us, you know? Because that's where it's too many outs, you know? Too many outs. Duck. Oh. Yes, I will pick you up at 7. I will leave in like 20 minutes. So I will be there for around 7 o'clock and I will phone you when I'm outside, okay? Okay, I'm going to go pick Evie up in a bit. But this is good. This is nice studying as well. Small blind is a tough spot, very tricky, right? Like a lot of spots, a lot of positions at the table. Like it's very easy to play, like very straightforward, right? But small blind, it's like, Jesus Christ, you can play it loads of different ways and every single one of them's wrong. You know? Pocket eights I should have raised this time. Lead out like I do with all these kind of flops, and I can defend a re-raise. This time he doesn't re-raise. Now we have the 8 blocker this time, the 8 of spades, and it did want me to bet small, yeah, 29%, 60% check though. But the problem is if we check and he bets half pot or something, can we? Well, we have to call, right? Have to. Ugh, feels dirty though. I'm gonna call this one. Of course it wants a re-raise. Oh, it doesn't even want to play it because we shouldn't be in it. Alright, sorry. Next time I re-raise it, promise. Promise. Check 9 suit, 45%. Call, 55% raise. Check. This one's just a pure give up. Oh, of course he checks back. Now we've got bloody equity. See, now, me personally, we've got straight draw, and he checked back a queen. So it's like I would bet pot B now to really get him out of this hand with ace king, for example. Yeah, GTO loves it. 50% of the time it wants a pot B there, and I like it too. See, me and GTO sometimes we have a love-hate relationship. He likes a call, ace 9 suited. Interesting. We've re-raised, so we have to bet small. Dynamics have changed. No. Check. Wow, it wants a big bet there. Yeah, because now we bricked, whereas we could have won this on the turn. And now if we bet, he gonna hero call with fucking ace jack or something. Check. No, I'm not bluffing in this spot, mate. Sorry. I know you want me to, but I know I'm getting called. With my image, I'm getting called 100% there. Their chips would be in the pot before I get my chips in the pot. Raise. But I understand that turn. Small blind, we've re-raised. To be honest, if we check though and he bets, we just have to fold. Bet small. Wow, it wants a big bet. Alright. Interesting. Interesting. It didn't hate. Oh, excuse me. It didn't hate the small bet, but the question is, does this one available in the library? Nah, it's not. It's a shame. I wanted to check this one because I wanted to see what else it's betting 70% pot with. Like, is it betting that with ace king when we miss? Is it betting that with under pairs? Is it betting that with over pairs? You know? Or is it just doing GTO things? 9-7, call 20% of the time. The last time I called, so I'm going to fold this one. You know, got to balance the range. Yeah, it does. So then this is why. Maybe we are playing it slightly wrong, you know? And you think about it, when we free bet from the small blind, and then we bet small on the flop, they're going to think we have ace king anyway. If we check, or if we bet small, they're going to think we have ace king anyway. Doesn't matter what we actually have. They're going to think we have that, and they're going to play accordingly. So if we bet big, 70% with ace king, and with our queens and aces and stuff like that, then their pocket pairs are in a really weird spot now. If they call one, then the pot is, Jesus Christ, it's going to be like, what, 55 big blinds? And then it's, you know, shove territory. I don't know what GTO would do on a turn, on a river, with a pot-sized bet left, but Doesn't matter. Just matters the story we're telling, right? Like if they had pocket sixes or eights, they raise, we re-raise, they call, they defend, and then that flop comes, and we bet 70% pot. Like you have like third pair with eights or sixes. It's weird. It's such a weird spot, and that's the problem. That's the thing. When you put opponents in weird spots, you let them do the mistakes. But the problem is if you put the wrong people in those weird spots, like the casual fish in the casino, who doesn't do GTO, he doesn't do ranges, he doesn't look at live tails, he's just playing cards. If you put him in that weird spot, he will just be like, ah, fuck it, I will rebuy if I'm lost, and if I'm right, aren't I? I get double chips and I'm chip leader, you know? That's how his brain is thinking. But if you put a tighter player in that spot, or someone who's actually good, you know, they think more and more about it. So yeah, it's a good spot to play against other GTO or competent players, but playing that against a fish, I think is just a check back on the flop, to be honest, and give up. A check give up. And yeah, okay, you'd lose a lot of chips. But until I see a fish folding their third or fourth pair, I'm not going to be playing differently, you know? And they always do it. But maybe that's because I'm programmed to bet small with ace king. You know, like that flop, you bet 25% and they call. Of course they're going to call, right? It's a good price. And then the turn comes, check check mainly, because you're scared, they're scared. And then the river, you just give up because the pot's massive. You're sitting there with ace high, not knowing what to do, and you check like a pussy. And then they just check back because they've got a pair of threes, you know? They've got the absolute bottom pair and they win. And that's the worst. And you know that's what happens as well in real life. So, if we take that away and we just bet 70% on the flop with our premiums and our ace highs, we take that away. We now put them in a weird spot. If they call, we can shove the turn, and if they call, well done. We still can hit an ace or a king, right? And if they fold, well, thank you very much for what, 35 big blinds. I mean, I like that spot more. It feels like I'm more in control of my stack rather than just checking, giving up, blaming luck, you know? I'm more in control. And then I lose my way. If I try to bluff and he calls, congratulations, you know, but at least I tried. Whereas if we just bet small and he calls and then check, 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 and then he shows pocket threes for the fifth pair, I mean, that's more demoralising than trying to bluff and getting called, right? I think so anyway. I mean, that's where I'm at with that. Ace King 7-5. We can only call this 20% of the time. I fold. No, that's 7-9. Almost a blunder. Almost a blunder. Give me a low flop dealer. Ah, I love that flop. And he raises. Go on. No, he just thingies. Yes, GTO. It likes a pot bet on the turn with absolutely nothing. Of course, it's going to give us second nuts on the river. But the thing is, I don't think they have ace king. So they only have ace king of hearts. That would get here. Because he called a pot bet on the turn. So the only hand that can call a pot bet on the turn and beat me is ace king of hearts. Exactly. So if he has that exact hand, congratulations to him. Now the question is, what can you bet, call a pot bet? Queen Jack would call a pot bet. See, we're in a weird spot. Queen Jack only. Pocket Jacks. If he had a set, we would hear about it very quickly. So I don't think he has a massive hand here. So we don't want to bet too much, because the times that he does have exactly Ace King suited, we want to lose the minimum. But I don't think we're going to fold anyway. I mean, we bet small on the thing. Yeah. I mean, we want to get... I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm in that spot again. I don't really know what the best play is here. But it's different. I would probably just shove 65 big blinds, because I don't know what the bloody thing... I don't know what he has. Yeah, it's a mistake. It wanted a check. I knew it. When you really can't figure out what they can have, sometimes it's better to check, because they will bet and then you can go all in or whatever, you know. If they bet pot, then you just call, because you'll be a little bit scared of Ace King, right? Yeah. I should take my own advice. When you really don't know exactly how they've got to the river and what they can have, and you're holding the second nuts, sometimes it's better just to check. Try to get the absolute max value from all of his bluffs, you know? Because if you bet, he's just going to fold, right? That's only if you can figure out... What else did it like there? Can I view that hand? Yeah, this one. Yeah, so it wanted to check 74% of the time. I mean, when you look at the plus EV, so the plus EV is how many big blinds it expects you to win with each action. So when I shoved, which it doesn't recommend, I would win 38 big blinds on average. But when you check, you have a chance to win 38.59 big blinds. So the EV difference between both of those actions is not much, right? It's very marginal, but that's why in this spot it's weird. So it wanted you to bet, yeah, check or bet 21 big blinds into 30 big blinds. So you are representing sets. And the thing is, if he has pocket jacks or pocket queens, or somehow he got there with pocket tens, he call in that. So you get calls from all three of those hands. If he has queen jack, he call in as well. Queen 10, jack 10. I think all of those two pair combos are calling. And sometimes aces and kings will call. So yeah, I like that. What a spot. Love that spot. I love spots like that. Only when I don't know exactly what to do and the best way to get money. But as you saw, the difference on average between all of the actions is half a big blind. So it seems like not that massive difference, you know. A7 offsuit, fold. Pocket kings, obviously. Gonna raise that. Jack 10 offsuit. Here it is, the main trouble hand. Cool. 75% fold, remember that. Jack 10, but 25% it doesn't mind that you can call sometimes, but don't get too hype about it every time, yeah? Paired board, we don't lead these out. I think we call here, to be honest. I know it wants a fold though. But we have a gut shot, we have two overs that probably could be good. I think this is a call, yeah, 62%. Sometimes it wants a raise there actually. Wow. I like a 4.1 bet here. GTO hates it. It wants a check. Curva. Fold. Wow. That was one of those hands, Cara. Literally. On the turn, it wanted to check. And then, when they raised my bet, it wanted you to re-raise 25% of the time. It's one of those hands where it just gets out of control for no reason. Like, it just gets mental. Like, I know we have all of the 9s and all of the 7s in our range. And if he has aces or kings and we re-raise there, of course, he could have to fold his aces or kings. That's a tough spot for him to be in, you know? I understand that. I get it. But it's one of those hands that just goes from karma to absolutely mental. And have you noticed it's always the trouble hands that goes absolutely mental? Jack 10 offsuit, King 5 suited, stuff like that. Always the trouble hands that you shouldn't really play always end up being in weird spots. Always. Crazy. Right, I'm going to play one more hand. And then I'm going to pick Evie up. And then I'm going to practice small blind from an early position raise later. That will be interesting because that, to be honest, I don't really have a strategy for that. Early position raise, like under the gun 1, your small blind range is very small in general. So I don't really have a strategy for that, to be honest. And I feel like I want to get one. Because you waste a lot of chips could be going missing there, because you think these early position raises are a lot of ace king, ace queen, jack queen, king jack. There's a lot of that there in the early position raise. So when that happens and the flop comes, you know, good for the big blind and stuff, and you can lead out and take control of the pot, I feel like you can make quite a lot of chips from the average opponent here. Oh, I pressed call by accident. That was a mistake. That was a genuine misclick. I would not call. 6-4 suited. You can believe that misclick or not, it's up to you. Oh, you know which hand I've been loving lately? The freestone hand. 3-5 suited. If I get it on the button or late position, I re-raise it. It's my retard hand that I include in my raising range. I have one retard hand in there, 3-5 suited, and that is in there. Yeah. You gotta have one retard hand, right? You have to. You gotta have one balanced hand in there. And so far, it hasn't cost me a lot of money to have that in my raising range. It's actually made me a lot of money, because when I flop something weird, like the flop is like 2-4-6, there is absolutely no chance that I have 3-5 suited and I should be on that hand. Like, no chance. So there's no chance that the opponent puts you there. So you can make a lot of money. But obviously you need a lot of luck to hit a flop. That's why you make sure it's suited. Queen 10, here we go. Here we go. So it knows you should only call this 23% at a time, and it's going to get me in trouble. I'm going to lead out, because look at this flop. Queen on the turn. Now I have no clue where I'm at in this hand. I have no clue. I mean, I blocked the queen. You know? Okay, if he has ace jack, we want to get value from his ace jack. Do we bet small or do we bet big? It wants a pot bet. It wants a pot bet. Wants a pot bet. No, you can't check, because you can't let them get there, because an ace will hit on the river, and then what? If you don't know what to do, checking is only good on the river, because, you know, there's not another card to come. The action has stopped. But if you don't know what to do on the turn, checking is almost always the wrong answer. Because then you allow another card to come and it will change the action, you know? Shit. Oh, this was part of that big bet. Remember where we missed with Ace King? We said it. You see, naturally, I bet big. And now I'm in a weird spot. Yeah, now it wanted to check. Yeah, I misplayed this hand completely. Can I restart this hand? Replay hand. Yeah. Oh, I missed. Oh, look at that. Oh, I got Ace King again. So, 9-5 suited. I was talking, so I didn't see the flop, and I just went into default mode. Right. So here we go. We've re-raised with Ace King in the small blind. The flop is this, like it is most of the time. Let's be honest. Garbage. Now, instead of betting the default, betting small or checking, it wants you to bet 60-70%. Boom. Now, you've got 56 big blinds, 49 big blinds in the pot. Ace King, you've just picked up a flush draw. The deuce hasn't changed much, let's be honest. The deuce, he hasn't got a deuce. So, the problem with this is, if he has a 10, he's not going to fold, is he? Let's be honest. So, I think shove, but I mean, we're not going to fold. If we check and he bets, we're not going to fold, are we? But if we check and he checks, then he doesn't have a 10. So then we get to bluff on the river. But I think GTO would want to shove here, and that is why it wants to bet half pot, above half pot. Check. Yeah, check 100% for the exact reason is. Now he bets. I think now it's a shove. 100%. Or maybe it's a call. But my leaning towards is a shove. Because he has to fold. Like, imagine if he has pocket nines and he's just betting now because he's like, oh, I'm not too sure where I'm at. I got pocket nines. You shove and he folds pocket nines. Face up as well, and then you go. Yeah, it doesn't mind it, but it wants a call, and we will never know. We will never know. The problem is if we call, we miss the flush, we miss the ace, we miss the king. We check, he bets, or he gets to win, right? And okay, we get to stay in the tournament with 30 big blinds or whatever. But what about if the re-raise, the check re-raise on the turn can generate some folds? I'm not saying they're going to fold. What about if they can, though? I don't know. Question is, yeah, I don't know. It's all dependent on players, right? We don't know what they can fold, and we don't know what they're going to hero call. That's the thing. That is what makes poker so good. We can play optimally in GTO world, but you have no idea what the other person is thinking or doing. Sometimes they might just be thinking, I just want to eat, I want lunch, so I'm going to go out now, have lunch, and then I'm going to rebuy another stack later. You know? That literally could be what he's thinking. And you're thinking there, yeah, well, I mean, if I shove here 20% of the time, he's going to have to fold, you know? But really, he's like, I'm just hungry, going to eat, you know? Never folding, mate. Just, what are you going to do? I'm going to all in, mate. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, why did I just go all in there? Well, it was in a new hand. Okay, I'm going to go pick up that little shrimp. I'll speak to you later. I hope you at least learned a little something here. I know I'm definitely learning something here. This is good, it's good. Got to use it while it's free, you know? Okay. I'll speak to you later.